Hi, everyone. My name is Nick Chard, and this is my first ever video. I want to start making these weekly, just me talking about stuff. No edits, no filters, just my raw thoughts. And I'm doing this to work on my speaking skills and my social skills, and to share my ideas on topics that can get really deep, even emotional at times. My goal with these videos is really simple. I want to help people. I want to share my story, my thoughts, and hopefully change someone's life, even in a small way. So, no matter how small I change someone's life, that would really mean the world. But anyway, let's get into today's topic, which is my thoughts on death. The whole reason I'm kind of making this video um, and having this topic be my first topic is about an hour ago, I found out that someone who I was friends with in high school had passed away. He wasn't the best of friends, but he was still nonetheless a friend. He was shot and killed by a police officer, and that hit me harder than I expected. He was a year younger than me. I turned 19 in 18 days, and today was actually his 18th birthday. That's crazy to think about. That someone younger than me, with their whole life ahead of them, a whole, just actually a year. I have a year, just a year ahead of them, which in the grand scheme of everything, that's it's nothing. Just, and it's gone. Been a wake up call to me. But I also have to think that every day people die. People older than me, people younger than me, people older than you, people younger than you. And I personally believe people don't deserve to die. They're kids who will never grow up. And honestly, those thoughts make me sick a lot of the time. No, every time. I've experienced grief before and death before. I've grieved, I've cried. I've been the shoulder to cry on. I've cried on people's shoulders. And I've been that shoulder for other people many times. My parents, my siblings, my friends. The weird thing is, even though death is such a natural part of life, it still hits like a truck every single time. It can be, it can just completely stop what you're doing, even if it's just for a moment, like it was with me tonight, where it's kind of just gonna stop my life for 2 hours, where it's just gonna be one night that I think about it, and then tomorrow I'll forget. For me, it's not gonna be a long grieving process for my friend that I used to know, but it's hard. It's still a shocker. I don't know why we die, but every person that dies in some way helps the future of those who come after. It's like the butterfly effect. You change one small thing, and the whole environment shifts. As sad as it is, death and suffering are what push the world to grow, to evolve, to get better. I don't believe anyone deserves to die. not even people that have done terrible things, but I do think it is necessary. Necessary for the circle of life and for humanity to continue, to be better tomorrow. I've had close experiences with people wanting to end their lives. Suicide is another depiction of death, a very real depiction. Someone I loved, an ex-girlfriend, whilst I was dating her, she attempted to take her own life. And that completely broke me. I blamed myself. I kept thinking if I had done more, maybe she wouldn't have tried to end her life. Maybe if I said I love you one more time, or sent one more good morning text, given her one more bouquet of flowers, her favorite flowers, which were pink roses, maybe things would have been different. But the truth is, you can't carry that weight forever. Death in any form is something you can't always predict. You can't always stop. Death is sudden. It's unexpected. Sometimes it's planned, but it's always there. For all I know, this could be my first video and my last video. I could die tomorrow in a car accident on the way to my college. I could die tonight of a brain aneurysm, a stroke, a heart attack. Who knows? No one knows. And that's what makes life both terrifying and beautiful. So I believe you should take every moment you have, every conversation, every hug, every small moment, and appreciate it a little more. You never know when the last time you see someone is actually going to be the last time. The last conversation you'll have with someone. The last conversation I had with my aunt was so casual. It was so raw, like we were going to see each other the very next day. And the goodbye wasn't like a goodbye you would give someone when you knew they were going to die. It was brief. It was like a snap of a finger. It was a goodbye. See you Thanksgiving. I feel like, most importantly, you shouldn't blame yourself for not having an official goodbye. Because death is so sudden, you shouldn't blame yourself for not being able to predict it. It's impossible to predict. There's doctors out there that tell people with cancer they have 2 weeks to live, yet they live for another 2 years. And they fight and they push through. And there's people who go in, get their brain scanned and say, oh, you're good to go. You could leave. You're going to live a normal life. And they die the next day. I also feel like you shouldn't blame yourself for someone else's death. Don't live with the guilt. We can't change the past. We can only learn from it and build upon it. Build upon our past memories. Anyway, I feel like that's all I've wanted to talk about tonight. Thank you for whoever is listening. I don't know who's listening. I don't know if you're 40, you're tired, you're 16 and don't know what you want to be when you grow up. You're 22 and confused. But I really do appreciate you for listening. I'll see you next week, hopefully. Bye.